conference for a fight billed as the return of the Saint. Now, for most people my age, when I was first contacted by Kalle Sauerland in regards to the return of the Saint, I thought, wow, George Sanders is coming back and we're going to have the return of the Saint. So I see by the response, everybody's younger than me anyway. But it's indeed a pleasure to see a fighter young enough, and his opponent, of course, young enough that when they first were born, I was announcing Mike Tyson as the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, so that kind of makes you feel like a bit of Jesus, which is my nickname, Peter Sauerland. But it's a pleasure for me to be here, and people like to say things that are flattering to me about that, well, if you're here, it's a big fight. If I wasn't here, this would still be a big, important fight. So here to tell you more about the people up here at this table, let me introduce to you from Team Sauerland, Kalle Sauerland.
First of all, good afternoon. It's business time now. You know, we had the first presser some weeks back now. Focused on Saturday, looking forward to an amazing event. We have a close to a capacity crowd. Spectacular walk-ins, but after that, of course, the main event, and it's all about taking the step, we hope for George, of course, towards the World Championship. Confirmed this week by the WBC in writing that the winner will be this is the final eliminator for the challenge or mandatory position to Anthony Durrell. So everything at stake, you know, from our side, from George's side, I think, you know, this is you know, we're very happy to be in a position so quickly to have this chance. I think George has earned that chance as well over his last performances. And you know, to my brother, will say a little bit about the preparations around the event.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good to be here. It's nice to finally do a promotion so close to home. I only live 3 miles up the road, and so it's good to be here, roll out of bed and be at the press conference. Regarding preparations, you know, it's always tough coming to a new country, learning the way things work, but we've got there. We're at the press conference, going to have a good crowd. I've been watching George train at least once a week, going up to the gym, and I can truly say I've never watched a fighter train so hard. You know, he'd actually, I wish I could send him over to Germany to train some of our boys over there. But yeah, no, I expect a great fight on Saturday. Mr. Rebrasse, you know, brings a good challenge, European champion. And you know, he's what's in the way for George for the world title challenge. So it's a big night. Mr. Buffer.
Cal, let me give it back to you. I think you have another running order right now. You want to speak next?
Yeah, I think we'll go first. You know, out of respect with the champion, the European champion, number 3 in the world, Christopher Rebrasse.
First of all, you know, when I look at these two fighters. Remember Angelo, the late great Angelo Dundee and Bill Clancy, two Hall of Fame trainers and managers in the world of boxing, used to have a favorite expression where they would say, he's really a cute kid. You know, with the Philadelphia accent for Angelo and New York accent for Bill Clancy. And cute, coming from one of those guys, meant that he was a fighter who was clever, a good boxer, somebody that had really good skills and could make you look bad. When I look at these two fighters here, I think their female fans all refer to them as being cute in an entirely different way. They both look like they should be lead singers for a boy band or modeling clothes for you know, designer suits. So let's introduce first the reigning and defending European boxing champion in the super middleweight division. His record stands at 22 victories with 6 KOs. He's recognized as a master boxer. In the words of Bill Clancy and Angelo Dundee, he would be considered a cute fighter, one who's dangerous and skilled indeed. He comes to us from France. Please welcome, in English it's known as the iceberg, and in French, I don't know if I can say it right, l'iceberg. Is that close? Thank you, Michelle. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the defending champion, Christopher Rebrasse.
Christopher, vous voulez dire quelque chose et je vais traduire?
Non, juste je suis précédé le samedi.
Okay. He hasn't too much to say, but he's really looking forward to Saturday and he is ready. Vous voulez peut-être dire quelque chose, Laurent?
Oui, avec plaisir.
S'il vous plaît.
Alors tout d'abord, j'aimerais remercier le peuple anglais ainsi que Sutherland de nous recevoir à Wembley pour ce grand événement.
Okay, he's very happy to be here. He thanks Sauerland for making this happen, this lovely event, and here in Wembley, which is obviously a great venue.
Et puis, en espérant que tout se passe bien, en tout cas nous sommes venus ici pour gagner, ça c'est sûr. Christopher ne fera aucun cadeau, ça il faut le savoir. Et je pense que tout se jugera le jour J, c'est-à-dire samedi.
Yeah, so, I mean, he's come here, he's come here to fight and he's come here to win. He's not going to give any presents away and he's going to be here. We'll see on Saturday what happens. He's not going to give anything away.
You can see clearly you've been not only studying George in the ring, but you've watched the build-up to his last fight outside the ring, and I admire the respect you pay George by saying few words, because we all know George is razor sharp.
C'est vrai que vous dites pas trop, mais vous savez déjà vu, vous avez le respect, vous avez vu Georges la fois passée, et vous savez que vous lui donnez le respect. Vous dites pas trop de mots, mais vous êtes là, vous êtes prêts pour le ring samedi. Absolutely, that's completely right. They are ready. Okay. Mr. Tiazot says, as far as they're concerned, George Groves is just one step for them onwards to the world title.
One step for us too.
I want to remind everybody, also on the line with this fight tomorrow night, as well as his new title, is the vacant WBC silver belt title, very prestigious title. And as Kala mentioned, it is a world title eliminator for the WBC World Championship in the super middleweight division. So it's a big night for both fighters indeed, as well as the boxing fans, with those titles on the line. So with that said, let's meet the folks from Team Groves, and let me introduce to you this time. His professional record stands at 19 victories, including 15 KOs. That's a 71% KO record. So we indeed have to rank him as one of the best punchers in the super middleweight division. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the return of the Saint. Here is Saint George Groves.
It's great to be back. It really is. Sometimes it don't feel like long ago sitting at the top table, but sometimes it does. And I'm really enjoying every moment of it, and I wasn't sure if I was going to. Obviously, with the last fight, win, lose or draw, it would have been tough following fight to deal with the come down that would obviously follow a historic fight. But I took so much from the first fight. I learned so much in the build-up. I learned how to manage my affairs inside and outside the ring, and right up until the punch that knocked me out, we was in full control. So that was a little bit frustrating. But we're back to the drawing board. I've got to thank the two guys next to me for giving me this opportunity to come back in at this level, because this is what I needed. I couldn't come in with an easy fight. I couldn't have something that wouldn't stress me or make me work hard, because the if I wouldn't have that motivation to achieve what my goal is. My goal is to become world champion, and it's a perfect fight. European title on the line. It's a belt I've always wanted to fight for and own. And just as importantly, if not more importantly, win this and become manager challenger for the WBC. I belong at this level. I certainly belong at this level. The champion, Anthony Durrell, we've heard comments from him this week. He's worried. He doesn't think I deserve a chance, and the only reason he's saying that is because he knows I'm going to win this weekend. And he doesn't want to fight me. So we just don't have proof in the pudding yet. You know, we've campaigned well at world-class level, challenged unsuccessfully for 2 world titles, but we know we've got it in us. And I know I'm capable, and it feels like an inevitability that I will go on and become world champion. We've approached this camp a little bit more ruthlessly. I would agree. You know, we always want to fight and we want to take people out, but never more so than this. And maybe that's because this fight feels like it's more important than any other fight. Certainly can't afford to lose this fight, but you'll see a different side to me on Saturday night. A side that fight fans will enjoy. You know? It's all action. We mean business, and we plan to bring the house down and send out a real message to everyone in the middleweight division that, you know, you look at the result of BoxRec, it's 2 losses, two knockout defeats, but if you want to read between the lines, I'm here. And it wasn't the arrival I hoped for at Wembley. It would have been a perfect arrival, but boxing, especially for me sometimes, doesn't go the way you always intended, but it is an inevitability that I'll become world champion. And we want to take the quickest route, not the easiest route. This is for us the best route, and I can't wait to take Rebrasse out weekend, show him that he's in a level that he can't compete with, and then plough on from there. So I'm going to say I thank you guys for the opportunity, and I thank Sky for backing me. They've obviously identified that they believe I'm going to go on to do good things and become world champion and be involved in some major fights. And yeah, so I hope you all tune in. Everyone who's already there, hope you enjoy. I'm sure you will. And I thank you all for tuning in.
From Team Groves and the trainer this time?
Don't really say much, mate. Hope you're all cool. See you Saturday.
Got your best Frank Sinatra look, by the way.
Oui, je voudrais dire que Christopher s'est entraîné très dur et que dans la forme, Christopher veut le battre.
Okay, so he's in such amazing shape. He's trained so hard, Christopher, that it doesn't matter who's in the ring with him, whatever level, any super middleweight on the planet, he's going to beat them in the shape that he's in now.
We've got the official weigh-in tomorrow. What time?
Yeah, we have the official weigh-in. First of all, respected. Glad to see some confidence. We think we'll be drinking English ale afterwards. You think we'll be drinking French red wine. We'll see. At the end of it, we'd like just a couple of things around the event. We've been working together. Matchroom has provided the undercard, which we're very grateful for, and we're sitting in a Kaliyaf fight. Boxing on the undercard will be available in a few minutes for one-on-ones. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock is the press conference, the weigh-in at the Wembley Stadium, Wembley Suite. Doors open Saturday 5:30, first bell 6 o'clock. We expect George to walk around 9:45. That's not a promoter 9:45, that is a real 9:45. That's the timings. Yeah, open to any questions now.
A total of 9 fights scheduled right now. Some really good fights on the undercard. Fights that will be TV main events at many other times. And I think everyone can expect a good crowd. What's capacity in the arena?
about 7,500.
Is that what we've got that?
We'll be at or around.
Yeah, it's going to be loud, and they'll be loud and proud in support for the young man from Hammersmith for sure. And I think everybody will have a good time. I heard there's going to be a fantastic entrance. Is that true? Am I hearing that correct? In these days, everyone tries to outdo each other with the entrance. So.
It's certainly a very British entrance. Yes.
Right. So, yeah, do we have any questions?
Yeah, George, you've made reference to Anthony Durrell there. I'm sure you've seen his comments from last week. What do you make of those?
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, certainly not going to take my arse, Saturday to get the win. I haven't really seen the comments. I've just had general feedback that he seemed really animated. That he said that I don't deserve it and stuff like this. So I haven't really decided to put it forward to that because I'm boxing Saturday and that's the most important thing. And we want to be back with a bang. Want to be back there and put on a great show. And it will be a great show. And it's great to be so involved with Salad and anyone who's been to any of their shows in Germany know that it's a real event. They put on stellar cards with fantastic events and they are for the fans, and that's what I wanted to bring here to the UK. We've certainly seen some fantastic shows here in the UK over the last few years, but we want to up the bar and deliver as much as we can for the boxing public. And so certainly Saturday's far more important than anything Durrell has to say right now. The most important bit of news regarding Durrell is that once I win this fight, we have confirmation that my next fight will be against him.
Durrell's statement that he's boxing a bum, well, he's world champion at the WBC. Chaps two places down from this and 3 places down is number 3 in the world ranking. So, maybe you should drink some coffee, turn on the internet and have a look. I've got history with the Durrell family. The crap that they talk about coming over to Britain and getting robbed against Froch. Froch was a close fight, right? You always get a little bit of a nod when you go to a hometown fight. Everyone knows that, right? But it was a close fight. I saw what happened in Detroit with Abraham versus Durrell, and it still makes my blood boil to this day. So we'll deal with that when it comes to it.
I know you're not obviously not looking into that fight yet with this one on Saturday. He's adamant.
I'm already looking at it because it's going to be Saturday night. We're going to do a job. On Monday morning, I'm going to be on the phone.
He's adamant that you won't come.
Yeah, we can talk what he wants, I'm in a place where we've got money, we've got the talent, we've got the fans, we've got the market. I put on Abraham Durrell, sold it out in Palm Springs. It was then cancelled due to a back injury. 3 weeks later, Palm Springs, by the way, is an average temperature of 35 degrees. It was back injury. 4 weeks later, 3-4 weeks later, we were in Detroit, minus 10 degrees, right? At a book at Joe Louis Arena, 20,000 capacity, was sitting there with 1,500 giveaways, right? So we'll see where we do the fight.
He hasn't got anywhere else to go in terms of making money either. Is that how you would see it?
It's business. If they want to come up with a big offer, I'm sure George doesn't want problem with travelling. We'll make sure that the fight's got the right officials. I don't have a problem with travelling, but we're not going to be dictators. Very simple.
Do you already have in your mind where you might want to put that on?
Well, one dream's big. Nice little venue next door. No, joking aside, it's a big fight, but I'm very reluctant to sit next to. I've got a bit of a superstitious man. I'm talking a minute one-on-ones about the next fight, but he's got a serious challenge here on Saturday night, and both guys know what's at stake, I think it's very disrespectful of Durrell to call the world number 3 of his federation where he is world champion to say the number 3 is a bum, But that says a lot about Anthony Durrell, So let's start the banter on the Durrell Saturday night around midnight.
The letter that from the WBC. Is that give any time frame for when the manifest happens?
No, apparently there's a loose agreement that they're allowed a voluntary until November. Now we're in September, so I don't see a voluntary schedule. As I said, we'll be pushing for that. I don't really see where we go. You know, I mean, we're the fight. You know, he's talking about. You know, I think in one interview with Cassius, he said he was talking about cash. Well, you know, cash is king in this business. George is cash. You know, so. You know, so as I said, I don't want to get ahead of myself. We've got a very tough fight on Saturday night, and George is in a vicious frame of mind. So it's going to be good.
Any others before we have our two fighters stand up for some pictures? Okay, well, I want to remind everybody once again. Okay.
How do you see that fight going again? Is that also the winner of that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm flying out for the fight. I'm excited about the fight. We've boxed Paul before in the past, and we kept in contact. And you know, I wish him the very best. You know, obviously he's boxing on my promoter show, and I think he'd honestly say he's got it all to do. You know, but it's his chance and his opportunity to fight for a world title. So you know, my loyalty split that night. Obviously, I want the Brit to win, but I also want Team Talent guys to win. If Paul does win, then obviously he's fulfilled a dream, I suppose, of winning a world title. But also, he's certainly thrown himself in the mix of some huge fights here in the UK. You know, other Brits that knocked on the door for world titles or world champions already. So, you know, I wish him the best of luck. I think it's a clever move from Gala to bring Abraham back to UK eyes next weekend, and again, hope to set him up with some big fights here in the UK. And you know, even man wins. We've got our route plan, but you know, I want to achieve as much as I possibly can, and obviously that includes fighting the best fighters and picking up as many belts as I can as well. So who knows, we could have a big unification next year. There's plenty of great fights out there for me right now, but we've chosen our path with the most suited path, and let's say Saturday night first, and then crack on from there.
Can I also just ask, has Christopher got another job, day job, is it just 100% full-time boxing?
Christopher, est-ce que vous avez un autre métier? Vous êtes 100% boxeur professionnel, sans autre métier du tout?
Non, je suis 100% boxeur professionnel.
Absolutely. No other job. He's 100% professional boxer.
He's not a bin man at the weekend, right? He don't put the milk on. He's a legitimate fighter. He's WBC number 3. He's a good fighter. Don't worry about it.
Christian will go. You've been taught Anthony Durrell.
Yeah, he's 100% fighter, the European super middleweight champion. I think that's his full-time job.
But he also fights journalists, so I'll be careful.
Yes. You can line up right now if you wish to.
The last guy, the guy who came over to fight James ago, was also the European champion.
Yeah.
Okay.
We campaign it's like different.
Yeah,
we don't have the fighting postman here.
I mean, I must say one thing about the European belt, you know, and you know, people, you know, who put fights, you know, John Wishes, who I think back me up on it. The European title, I think, a big compliment to the British borders is that the British belt is the domestic belt, the only domestic belt which carries a value. If I look in Germany, I mean, I don't know I don't even know who the German champions are, right? Denmark, I don't know, is there actually a Danish champion? So, you know, and it's a really traditional belt. The same for the European belt, right? There's a couple of other versions floating about, which we've been guilty of using as well. But the European belt is the European belt. And it's a rankings which I look at and I understand, which isn't always the case. And then you've got the WBC, you know, where it's number 3. So it's you know, everyone's here for a reason. I'm using an expression now. But it's a fight that I think both guys have earned, you know, and I say that, you know, I think it shows the respect that the WBC has for George, and let's see what he's done in the last 2 fights. Not just in terms of how much, you know, pay-per-views or tickets he's sold, but in terms of performances, you know. Hats off, Carl, you know, a punch from the gods, you know. I've seen him promoted Carl enough to see, you know, what Carl can do. That punch came from the boxing gods, from the Wembley Archers, you know. But read between the rounds, you know, it was a very balanced affair. And the first fight, of course, not so balanced almost. So, you know, George belongs, you know, he's you know, 26 years old, he's one of the most exciting young fighters on the planet, you know. End on.
Okay, well, let me remind everybody once again, the weigh-in tomorrow is at 1 p.m.
Yeah.
1 p.m. the official weigh-in. I think it's obvious to anyone looking at both of these fighters right now, they're not a couple of light heavyweights walking around trying to drain themselves down to 168. They both look like they could weigh in right now at the 168-pound limit. They're in great shape, and that's a tribute to fighters that keep themselves in shape all year round, and I think that's what we have here. So Saturday night at SSE Arena, Wembley, the EBU, the European Championship of the World in the super middleweight division. Also on the line, the prestigious vacant WBC Silver Super Middleweight Championship, and it's a World Championship title eliminator. A lot is on the line. So tomorrow night, the defending EBU champion, ladies and gentlemen, once again, let me present to you and give him his due for being here and coming to the UK to defend his title. The European Super Middleweight Champion, Lisberg. Did I do better that time, Michelle?
Très bien.
Okay, très bien. And Christopher Rebrasse. And your challenger from Hammersmith, London, of course, the puncher that we all are happy to see back in the ring again right here in London. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the St. George Bro. Out of the way right now and have the two fighters stand up here face to face for press.
Stand towards us, guys. George. Right here, please.
Right here, George.